Welcome and welcome back. A QuellaTheCreative exclusive here. The next installment to my Aesthetically Speaking series is these Mason Margiela and these Jo Malone candles, how to make your own, a fraction of the price. Continue to watch this video and I will show you guys how you can get Mason Margiela and luxury candles like this in your own home for a budget. Another project that I will be doing, and it is also part of the Aesthetically Speaking series, and it involves a candle. And I got this candle from Target, and it's just a simple white candle. I made sure to get a scent that I would actually like to burn so I could actually utilize it. It's called Coconut Sorbet. I think this would be a nice scent and also a nice candle for the springtime, for the summertime coming up. You guys know the months that we're in. So I'm going to use this candle and pretty much just leave it as is, except for deconstruct and take the label off. And I made sure that it was one that I could like kind of just peel the label off where the label isn't like glued to it or anything. It was only $6. I'd probably find a similar candle from TJ Maxx or Ross as well, but I was already in Target and I was like, I'm not going anywhere else. I'm going straight to Target, what I gotta get, and keep it pushing. I'm gonna keep this lid silver though, so because it goes with the look of it. So you say you spent I spent $6 on the candle. The pack of labels cost $14. It was a 25 pack. My design, eye, and my creativity. It wasn't free, but it took years of training and knowledge and just learning to really make that happen. So I'm very excited about this. It really gets me in my DIY creativity bag and off of the digital laptop. I am very, very happy with this series. So I wanted to show you guys how I constructed these labels in Canva for both the Mason Margiela as well as the Jo Malone. I pretty much replicated as close as possible to the perfumes that they have and also their branding in general for their candles. I think I did a pretty good job and it was a pretty good setup in Canva. So right now I'm just printing it out on the sticky sticker label paper and you'll see the next steps. It wasn't too bad to print out. It printed out pretty smoothly, so I'm grateful for that, and my printer came in clutch. Hey y'all. So it has been a good duration of days that have passed since you saw the last clip. I've already printed out the labels and I made a replica one based off of the Mason Margiela. So I just made one based off of how they have their candles. And then I made one for Jo Malone. These were the two labels that I thoroughly enjoyed. These were the aesthetic look that I want. So as I've mentioned with this series, it's mainly about creating DIY aesthetic looking pieces for half the price budget, just kind of getting creative with it. So originally, these candles, I believe they run for like $95. The actual Mason Margiela ones and the Jo Malone ones, I think are like $85. Both are considered high-end candles. So I love candles, I do. But me personally, I just don't see myself spending that much for a candle. Even Bath & Body Works going up to $27 and $29 for the candles. It's tapping at my nerve, and I actually have not bought a candle from there in about a year. I really just buy my candles from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, stores like that, Home Goods, wherever I can find them. But I got this one from Target. Pretty much, I'm just gonna show you guys some footage of me taking off the current label, which is this Coconut Sorbet, and I'm keeping the top because it looks very similar to the Mason Margiela as well as the Jo Malone candles. So I tried to find a candle that universally matched the entire look and feel of what both brands have. So since I have one candle, I am going to get creative and I'm going to put the label on one side and then put the other one on the opposite side. So yeah, pretty much that is the footage that you're going to see. And I just want to say I had really, really great time doing this project. It was very fun, and I have decided to continue to expand this series. If you've not already watched my Aesthetically Speaking first installment, which was the Mason Margiela McCormick inspired spice labels, please be sure to check that out. If I don't have it iCarded somewhere in this video, I'll have it at the end. But please check that video out because that is the first installment of my Aesthetically Speaking series. And then this luxe dupe high-end candle is going to be my second one. So let's get started. To show you the finalized candle of my Mason Margiela and my Jo Malone candle dupe. So here it is. This is the final put together candle with the two labels. One side has the Mason Margiela replica, and I named it Summertime on an Island, like kind of how they already name their candles and their scents and stuff. So I just fictionized all this information here. And then when you flip to the other side of the candle, it's a 2-for-1 special. You got the Jo Malone. So you guys tell me, like, doesn't this look like the original candles for both? Like, if you were to walk into my house and you saw this, like, oh wow, you have a Jo Malone candle. Oh wow, you have a Mason Margiela candle. For literally $7. I want to say they came out pretty well. I did wipe off the surfaces before I actually placed the labels on there, but everything to me looks really good, really convincing. And this was just a $7 candle, a $7 threshold candle from Target. Did kind of mess up a little bit with the spacing. It's a little bit more, it's closer to the label over here, and I actually want it to be exactly split apart, like one side and then one side. But if I turn this side, you can't see it because the Jo Malone one is, so the Jo Malone label is a lot thinner. I might take it off and try to reapply it, but honestly, it's not that deep. It's just the perfectionist in me that wants to go back and fix it. But I think this turned out amazing. The actual scent, if I've not mentioned already, is actually coconut sorbet. So I think this fits perfectly. This is very summertime. It's summertime. I think this one is gonna work perfectly. So now it's time to actually light it, set it up, add it with the rest of my decor items, and I'm more than likely gonna place it like right near my TV because that's where I like to place my candles. You guys let me know what you think on how this came out, And like I mentioned, I do have some other ideas up my sleeve. If you want me to do a different label for a candle, please let me know. I actually do have one that I'm going to do. So I'll give you guys a sneak peek for following through the video. This is the wheat glass. And if you like wheat yogurt, then I have another idea that I'm gonna do with this one. So this one is like the perfect shape for it too. So yeah. Let's see how it looks in its new home. Thank you guys so much for watching the second installment of the Aesthetically Speaking series. If you've watched this one and my previous one with the labels so far, let me know which one of these that you like the most or that you're enjoying or that you want to see more of. And also, if you have any ideas at all, please be sure to leave them in the comments. And I love interacting with you guys and I love to hear feedback. So yeah, without further ado, let's give this a light.